September 13th, DC Courthouse. Home of the hysterical tyranny in DC, right here. Thank you, Matt Da Silva, for coining the term. Hysterical tyranny. Every single J6 conviction has happened within the walls of that building right in front of you. Hey, Beverly. Every single person that has an office in this building here has done nothing about it. It's been 3 years almost now. Over 2.5 years. Nothing. They've done nothing. Or everything they have done has amounted to nothing. Thanks, Deb. What would I do without you? That's what I love about my chat family. You guys are awesome. We're all helping each other out. Alright, once again, this is the Department of Labor building right here. They flew a gay pride flag on their flagpole right underneath the Stars and Stripes a month ago, 2 months ago. This is the something Prettyman Court in downtown DC, the federal court here. That's right, Ben. I love that song, man. Hey, Kathy, how are you? That's right, even the phone calls. And one thing that just really made me feel good was all the memorials and all the tribute videos that have come out. It just shows the world what a beautiful family we have here, Patriots. Children's National Bloodmobile. Huh. How about that? I'm shade hopping. Going from one shady spot to another. I'm doing good, Kathy. Had a great night's rest last night. I mean, I just slept solid through the night. It was awesome. I love it when God gives you a good night's rest like that. I had food and ice in the cooler when I woke up. It was a happy day. A good day. A day of blessing. And I'm getting ready to head home. I think I'm heading home tonight. Got some family events coming up this weekend. I got to pay bills. All that monthly stuff you got to do when you go away. Nah, I never, well, I did try one of them scooters one time, but it died on me, and I didn't know the rules. I've been watching Penguin 6 though, and he gets around on them things, so I might reconsider the scooter scene. I'll probably have to get like an app from my phone or something. Hey Diane, yeah, well I thought he'd be back by now actually, but we got birthdays coming up. I got a son and my grandson were both born on the same day coming up this weekend, so I can't miss that. Everything's gonna be all right. Here we go. Let's talk about impeachment. I don't know about this whole impeachment thing. I've been hearing him talk about impeachment since he got into office. We're going to talk about it for another 6 months? I don't know, man. Yeah, I got to get a break. I got a dentist appointment. I got a bunch of stuff I got to do when I get back here. I'm going to get that P.O. box you guys have been asking me about. Among other things. Might have to do an oil change, a little rundown on the van, make sure everything's running all right. Yeah, I'll be there tonight, Diane. And then I usually head home right afterwards. It's great driving then. No traffic. Yeah, so I'm going to get that P.O. box for sure. And then I heard Sean's coming in like this morning, so I got to see what's up with him. I mean, if there's... I could delay a day, but I was planning on heading home tonight. Got a pretty nice day here, a good breeze rolling through. It's probably about 87 degrees. A little toasty out in the sun, but nice in the shade. Real nice in the shade. Been pretty quiet around here. Sean said he'll be here at 6:30. All right. He's on the train. Yeah, I talked to him briefly till his phone quit on me or something, and he said there was much confusion on the train there. So he'll be there at 6:30. There's that metro station. So wherever he lands on the Amtrak, he'll be able to get a metro over to 2 blocks away from the Freedom Corner there. And that's what I hope he does. Because I'm not going to be able to give him a ride at 6:45, that's for sure. I heard we got potentially Matt Gaetz is coming to the corner tonight. All my Ashley Babbitt shirts are dirty. I mean, when you're living in your van. Oh, you found it, Sylvia. Look at this. You guys got to look this one up. This is our Pennsylvania senator walking down the halls in the office building of the House or the Senate side with some kind of goofy Bob Casey head pin on his shoulder. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's so embarrassing. What do you think, like, Vladimir Putin thinks when he sees shit like that? Yeah, that would be awesome if he's there. And then also Kara Casanova and Jim Hoft from the Gateway Pundit are supposed to be there tonight also. So I met Kara a couple times. I don't know that I met Jim before though, but that'll be great meeting him. He's the owner of the Gateway Pundit, which is a great publication when it comes to reporting news on the J6ers. Reporting news on the J6 setup! Sorry. I don't see any press down there today. Let's just start on the other side here. I kind of like that spot I was at watching for Glory Be yesterday out there. It was a good spot to hold the sign. Yeah, Diane, I'll be back for sure. I gotta hang with Trooper. And I talked to Glory B and Rebecca. They'll both be there over the weekend if Trooper doesn't get back by the weekend. Somebody will cover the action. I know that. That's what happens. Nobody is the center of the whole show here. Other than, I would say, Mickey and Nicole, possibly Tammy. Things would get weird if they weren't there, but I think we would keep it going regardless. Oh, wouldn't that be special? Wouldn't that be special if that happened? What if the poster lady shows up while Matt Gaetz is there? That would be something, wouldn't it? Well, that whistle bump showed up when Marjorie Taylor Greene went to the prison the last time. And nobody was able to shut him down. He just blew that whistle. I thought the dude was going to pass out. But he didn't. And the fact that Matt Gaetz is going to be there could be a fake story too. Annette, I don't believe anything these people say anymore. I don't believe a word they say. In fact, if they say they're going to be there, that means they're not going to be there, because that's what they do. They say they're going to be there and they think they're freaking us all out and that nobody's going to show up. But as you can see, it has zero effect. Zero. Trump's in DC on Friday. What's he gonna be doing here? We'll see what I mean, we got Sean here now, man. I think Sean can take Ant. I live out in eastern Pennsylvania. Yeah, who cares? Ant-Man, bring it on. Come at me. Whatever, dude. You were so effective last time. what did he leave in the first place for, right? Ineffective. He's just an embarrassment to himself. Yeah, all talk, no action. Everybody gets to see what their version of freedom is. That's the anarchy version of freedom. And luckily we don't believe in anarchy, because if it was anarchy, they wouldn't get away with that. The only reason they get away with that is because it's not anarchy. They would be the first ones to go if it was true anarchy. $3,900 per COVID patient. All right, Bonnie, we were talking about that earlier. I wonder if that's how much extra the Gulag got for COVID patients. So you guys heard that the visitations are off for this week at the prison for the J6ers because one of the guys went to the doctor and they tested him for COVID, and he ends up having COVID. So they told them that they cannot have visits, and they're on quarantine right now, which means I think they're pretty much isolated to their cells. It didn't stop them from singing the national anthem though last night, so I guess we got that going for us. Yeah, right, silly boy. Oh, he's a hippie now. Okay. He's that goofy barefoot guy in DC. Yeah, he walks around barefoot here. I grew up in Chicago. I thought he did too. You don't walk around barefoot, man. There it is. Be scared. Be scared. Yeah, that's right, Party Bonza. They'd be the first. The only reason they get away with what they get away with is because we do have some semblance of law and order, and a warped interpretation of it at that. I think they're doing restoration here, silly. Sorry, Marlene, I forgot to warn you. They finally catch the clown in Pennsylvania. Now they can come up with another goofy story. I think there's one thing that's evident that I saw out of that whole Pennsylvania gig, and that is that the feds are using streamers now to their advantage. That was my take on the whole thing. I only watched 10 minutes of the whole thing though, total, so I might not have the actual scoop. I wasn't going to waste time watching that. I wasn't worried about anybody that I know that lives in Pennsylvania because they are protecting themselves and have nothing to worry about. And really, if there weren't any police, they would have caught him a week and a half ago. Dog got him. So the cops didn't really get him. The dog got him. He's going to plant grass and flowers. Well, good. He can have the dirt patch down at the bottom of the hill. That's where it needs it. I think the cemetery police might have a problem with him digging in their dirt there. Easy, silly. Oh, you're not going to make it to Freedom Corner by then. After this Courthouse stream. All right, here they come, man. All right, man. USA! 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 America. Right, you'll be drunk and blind. So then we get to play the Who Got There First game again. Oh, gee, I sure missed that game. What childish games we play. Messing with the old people. Right, Marlene. We've been around the block a couple times. This ain't our first rodeo. This was real good too. Crystal Sanderson's memorial for Steve Corson was excellent. It was excellent. Hey, Cleo. Hope you got some food. J6 was the setup. a setup, man. It was a setup. That's how Joe Biden got in office. Nobody voted for him. Everybody get your pen and paper out, man. Silly's gonna dump a bunch of info on you here.
Michael.
Time to get busy. J6 was a setup. Take 10 minutes, you'll figure it out. Skip a football game, you'll figure it out.
Did you make a video? No.
All right, gateway punted. White House sends letter to media outlets. Biden impeachment.
I will. You go there.
What's the White House got to say about that?
I did make it. No, but I want
50 million more for the DOJ and another 100 lawyers.
follow me like that. Okay, walk. I walk. And then stand over there and then I pass.
J6 was a setup.
Okay.
Yeah, 80 million votes my ass. Yeah, Republic Road Reel has a great video, or two, I think he's got now. Owen Stroyer, I saw some of that this morning, silly. That was good. So Owen is out awaiting, he's been sentenced, but he's got appeals out. So we're gonna wait and see if he can appeal this. And he was saying it may be a Supreme Court case because technically he was convicted because basically he didn't say he was sorry. He wasn't even convicted of speech. He was convicted of thought, basically. Here we got some links for you. This is Republic Road Reel. Josh, he put a great video. He had that video out by 1:30 in the morning, the day we announced it at Freedom Corner. The day we found out at Freedom Corner. This is Nebraska Patriots video. It's awesome. It'll make you cry though. Steve was a heavy duty dude, man. He had deep thoughts, and that's a great video of him just getting them out, putting words to the thoughts in his mind. Yeah, Cleo, Josh did spend a lot of time with him out west on that trip. Another video where MTG came out and Steve held the microphone up to her and they chanted USA. All good stuff, man. What a great family we have. And it showed, man. It showed. God gave us a way to show the world what true patriotism is, what true family is right there. there's some good news, silly. See what clown the Republican Party wants to put out there. It's MAGA or nothing, Republicans. MAGA or nothing. Don't think they own the Republican Party. We were lazy, Patriots. We were lazy. We let the Republican Party get away from us. Trump took it back. He's a super genius. He is super genius. He couldn't have done it any other way, man. J6 was a setup! Romney says, well, I'm not running for re-election. I'm not retiring from the fight. It's time for a new generation of leaders. It's time for a new generation of Republicans. Yeah, the Republicans, we don't stick together. Yeah, baby rhinos. It is a beautiful sky today. Let's get some more sky in there. J6 was a setup. Yeah, I hope he receives justice. This is what we're dealing with, people. Right here.
Let me show you how you hold that flag. You'll go bow.
Yeah, isn't that sad, Cleo? Look how bad they messed with people. Look at the damage they did when we let them get away with a little bit of tyranny. We all did kind of get blindsided by that, though. They never played that before. Play, and they got us. We should have stood up that day. I'm excited to see some of the people in New York actually standing up to this tyranny. I saw that right before I got on here, Deb. Interesting. Interesting. Go Tommy Tatum. He's kind of weird. Tommy's another part of our network. He's definitely on our side, man. He is a patriot. One of them Mississippi Patriots. I'm not sure, Hilda. I don't have a scoop on if Tommy back or not. Silly with the link. You are gold, Silly. You are gold. I'm not sure where David was at. I seen a excuse me. I seen a stream he was driving, but I'm not sure where he was driving to. Yeah, I thought he was going home for a little while. Take a break. All right, get your shot glasses out. Tommy's working on getting all the J6ers videos at home. I heard Gary is going to be driving this truck, one of them big trucks with a movie screen on the back of it. That was the scoop I heard about Gary. Gary went, and he started off, Gary's a dude from M5 News, and he put a lot of videos out like a year and a half ago of J6 footage that you could see what was going on. He did a really great job of analyzing it and stuff, putting together a video that you can see it more clearly. And then he came to the corner, and then he went up to New York. So now I hear the next phase Gary's on to is driving this big movie theater truck around. Yeah, he's been called a grifter. It's easy to call somebody a grifter. I mean, it all takes money, that's for sure. It just takes money, that's all there is to it. And man, money gets weird. It gets real weird. It flushes out wickedness. Oh, right on, Hossie. I'm glad you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying it too. I'm enjoying the fact of making tyrants uncomfortable. No rest for the wicked, in my opinion. Yeah, right. Can't we all just get along? Well, apparently not. I mean, what any one person does with their money is their own decision. Man, they made a big stink of that whole Randy thing. I don't even know what went on with Randy. Man, they just wouldn't let up on that. But we ridiculed them till they stopped that. You're not screaming about that anymore, because nobody really knows. Yeah, I really wish it would stop too. So, I'm pissed. I mean, we used to kid around about cutting Tommy's toes off and stuff if he didn't play the right music. And he would always put in like a Bob Dylan tune, and we told him 100 times, dude, we're getting strikes. But, oh well, that's Tommy. It just taught us to be quick on the mute button. That was training we needed, apparently. Hey, Bonnie! You made it this time. Bonnie, did you get that notification bell working yet? I know you were having trouble getting that notification bell to work. Mosquitoes here. I'm sitting on pavement. There isn't any. There's mosquitoes here. Oh, you got it, Republic Road Rail. You're getting them. You're getting them. All right. Wow, that looks like a big case. Boxes and boxes of paperwork. You didn't get it. Oh well, Bonnie. You get in here just when we need you, Bonnie. That's good. Glad we got you. Or to the team. Hey, Patricia Joy. Tammy Davies. That's what I'm waiting to hear about here, Tammy.
It's really case by case. I take this broader approach.
Well, if we're getting shadow banned, we must be over to some kind of a target. How you doing there, C4 Freedom? All right, thank you, Linda Dean. Josh, Republic Road Rail. I just got off a telephone pole. What, they got you climbing poles now? We're gonna be a lineman before we know it. Hi, Karen Saab. Yeah, you get to wear them cool like spikes, don't you? On your legs. You climb it like a monkey. Oh no. Ryan Zink, guilty all counts. Less than 30 minutes of deliberations. Can you believe these tyrants? Father God, be with the Zink family right now. Let them know that they are in your hands. Comfort their heart. That's horrible news. That's a gut punch. What were we expecting though, right? Well, that's YouTube. You guys do a good job of getting in here though when we stream. I mean, I could probably send out texts, but man, sometimes I don't even know when I'm streaming until 5 minutes before. Yeah, Cleo, he didn't even go inside. It's really getting ridiculous now. Owen Schroyer didn't go inside. So many of these guys didn't even go inside now, and they're getting months. So that's usually a trumped up trespassing charge. Where's our law enforcement people? Where are they? I don't get when law and order becomes a popularity contest here. I don't get it. Do like so many people got to start screaming before the cops go bust criminals? Is that what's going on in this country right now? Yeah, C4, we were talking about that earlier. But at the same time, we got to stay united. So it's a tough decision. Lay your burdens at your Savior's feet. If we don't stick together, we got to stick together. That's imperative. It is imperative. I know what you're talking about, C4, but it's imperative we stick together. That's right, Shadow. It ain't even speaking anymore. It's just thinking the wrong thoughts now. And just not saying you're sorry, or, you know, just not saying the same thing. All right, get your shot glasses. Da, 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 da. I always thought Pee Wee Herman just ruined that song too. It was a cool tune until he did it. So basically, Owen Schroyer's conviction is a thought crime, basically. Because in the wording, it's not even what he said. It's more like how he said it. J6 was a setup! Sorry, didn't mean to blast your ears. It's just a really good echo right now. All right, watch your ears. J6 was a setup! This guy gets real picky about his sidewalk here. J6 was a setup! That's the best echo ever. J6 was a setup. J6 was a setup! Try to warn you. I don't know, if you're wearing earbuds, does that like really hurt your ears? Investigation continues. Revelations say? Says it is going to end one of these days.
FBI in, there were Azov battalion members there. I tell you what, get the football game, watch them play fit. I'll tell you right now. God bless you, Carmen.
Well, that was Carmen. That's the one attorney that's been representing a couple of J6ers there. She knows what's going on. Trump must die in prison to protect democracy. Oh, man. J6 was a setup! J6 was a setup. Yeah, it's a travesty what's going on in this courthouse right now. And with broken elections, we have no way to fix it. We are left with protesting. Can't vote this stuff out. All we got is protest. J6 was a setup. Wake up, you're next. Let's have a cigarette. Okay. As long as they're on lockdown. I was wondering about that too, Cleo, but we got calls last night, so weren't they on lockdown last night too? I wasn't sure about that either. So I'm wondering if we'll get calls tonight either also. Another call to action probably. Oh, whoa, here we go. Breaking from Helena, all the J6ers in DC just got locked down in their cells because they all refused COVID tests. Please pray for them. Nobody thinks the COVID tests give you COVID, do you? Are those tests made in China? They can't run that play again. They just can't. These calls to actions do work, Cleo. You are absolutely right about that. They do work. We've had success with this. All right, watch your eyes. J6 was a setup. That's what we do, Patriots. We do these calls to action. Because the voting don't work anymore. All we got is protesting, making calls, writing letters. And if they got 20 million letters, they gotta do something about it, you know? We know they're getting 300 or 400 letters every time. There's a big money advantage to testing positive for COVID for the jail. J6 was a setup! Here's my question too, Cinnabee. Why do J6ers need COVID tests? Only the workers would be bringing it into them, right? Why aren't the workers getting the COVID tests? Let's see the paperwork on that. Are they testing the employees? Are the employees bringing COVID into the jail? Sure sounds like it. But no, they want to blame it on the visitations on Friday. Hey, Jerry. Yeah, let's test the guards. Are they testing the guards? Are they even testing the guards? Because the only people paying for this mistake is the J6ers and their families. And some of these guys are still innocent until proven guilty. Imagine that. You are innocent until proven guilty, but some of these guys have been in jail for 2.5 years waiting for a trial. Still. I don't think America knows that. I don't think these zombies know that. I am sure everyone working for the government is fully vaccinated. That's absolutely right. That's why there's no reasonable people working for the government anymore. Every reasonable minded person quit those jobs already. I never took a PCR test. I don't need a test. I know when I'm sick, and I know what to do about it. Jericho, and that will be my arguments to wardens and to the state representatives. Get your workers tested, not the inmates. They aren't sick. How can they get sick if they're in a jail? It's not rocket science. They got doctors that work for the prison advising them. Why can't they figure this out? Are they that dull? Yeah, and they told the churches shut down, and they did, most of them. Hey, Angelina. No one in government has too much power. The Constitution helps protect ordinary Americans every day against abuse of power by those in authority. But what has happened, Karen, is that they have consolidated power and put it into positions like the FBI, the DHS, the Homeland Security, and the 18 overlapping law enforcement agencies that not one of them has stepped up and brought charges against violent people at the Capitol who actually did the violence or investigated who they were. So there seems to be a glitch in that, in what the four founding fathers intended. Something's up, you know. lucky. You are lucky, Sylvia. You went to a church that didn't shut down. Because it was a high percentage of churches that shut down. Keep going to that church. Support that church. Churches in Canada, yeah, I'd imagine it was worse up there with baby Castro. What a blessing, Sylvia. What a blessing. J6 was a setup! Like a police state up there. Richard, we saw what happened in Ottawa when the truckers tried to shut down the Capitol there. We were watching that on live streams down here. Patricia Joy, you're lucky, your church. They said 2 weeks to stop the spread, right? And everyone was like, okay, let's do it. I went out every single day and played Frisbee golf. DC was awful during the lockdowns. Oh man, I'm gonna miss Trump in DC on Friday. Shamsia, do you have any details on that? On where he's speaking, or man? Yeah, MGB, I don't know if we're beyond the point of no return on the takeover, the bankruptcies. So far, Biden is, what, he gave away $80 billion to the Afghanistans on the pullout, left 13 men behind to die. Gave $180 billion to Zelensky in Ukraine. RSBN, I'll look up RSBN since you see what they're saying. But really, all that pales in comparison to Donald Rumsfeld announcing in 2001 that there was $2.3 trillion missing from the military budget the day before a strange airplane flew into the offices that kept all that information at the Pentagon. Yeah, I saw them playgrounds. They put the yellow caution tape all over. It's insane. Insane. J6 was a setup! Yeah, but they told us it was an airplane, Richard. An airplane, it must have had no wings. Oh yeah, and then there's this. Thanks for reminding me, Free. Iran just made $6 billion. Hey, bud. Coming to the corner tonight.
I hear Congressman Gates is coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it out.
See you up there, bud. $6 billion. Trump got our prisoners back for free. Joe Biden's got to pay him $6 billion. I wonder how much of that's going to come back to him or one of his grandkids' offshore accounts. Are we seeing how it's working here, Patriots? Do we see what's going on? Joe Biden gives people money and then they give money back to him, but not all of it. They get paid to send it back to him. So they get to keep a little for you, a little for me, a little for my kids, a little for my grandkids. It's obvious. J6 was a setup! Richard, have you seen videos of Building 7 at the World Trade Center complex? 3 buildings fell to the ground into their own footprint that day. 2 airplanes took 3 buildings down. Building 7 is the one thing nobody can explain. All right, Sylvia with the link. Trump speaks in D.C. at a Concerned Women's for America Leadership Summit, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on RSBN. And this is Friday, so in 2 days. Man, does that guy get around or what? So I might add that Trump was the only guy on ground zero after 9/11 with a team of engineers and construction experts, wondering how an aluminum plane flew right through a building with steel exoskeleton, came out the other side in the exact shape of a nose cone of an airplane. Kind of weird, kind of weird. I heard about the gold vaults there, but I don't know what building they were in. I heard they were in Building 7. Really, you'd think they would have got all the gold out of there before they did it, if they knew they were doing it. Oh, here we go. The progressives. Kiss me, sweetheart. Kiss me through my mask. Big wet one. Okay, but I don't want to get COVID. J6 was a setup. Yeah, there were bombs in all them buildings. You could see them blasting off as the buildings collapsed. That wasn't a poof of air. Those were explosions. Yeah, they gave them flight lessons. Boeing also has a remote control technology in their airplanes where they can fly those planes remotely. Those planes had to have been flown an expert level in order to perform the maneuvers that the two that we could see did. We're not really even sure if there was an airplane at the Pentagon, and we're not even sure there was an airplane in Shanksville because there was no wreckage on the ground that day. Yes, Sancia, that is right. The guys are on lockdown for refusing COVID tests. We got that update from Helena. Yeah, I'm sure Trump knew Larry Silverstein. Trump knew Jeffrey Epstein too, but he didn't hang out with him. That's how you become Trump, man. You gotta know these people. That's probably why he decided to do what he wants to do, because he knows how freaking wicked they are. Where was the other crash site in Pennsylvania, Richard? We've got Shanksville, Pennsylvania. That's the only one I know of. Breaking news. You heard it here on 00 Jericho first. We got Silly Perham, one of the world's best moderators, digging up breaking news. You'll hear about later on Nowhere. I'd like to know more about that second crash site, Richard. My son's an excavator. He was doing a job up there, Shanksville, shortly after that happened, and he says people there saw an airplane go down. That would explain this. But there was no wreckage at Shanksville. They found an airplane engine a mile away or 2 miles away. That's all they ever found. They told us the ground swallowed the airplane. Never seen any airplane crash like that in my life, where the ground swallowed a jumbo jet. It's all ridiculous. Go, son. Watch her go, Bonnie. You're learning from one of the best of them. Yeah, MGB. We had a caller last night at the corner told us that one of the guys got sick in the pod, the J6 pod, and went to the doctor. And the doctor determined that he had COVID, and then they locked the guys down and they canceled their visitations on Friday. They will not get visits on Friday because of this. But we're not aware of any guard testing. Yeah, the ground swallows an airplane. For the first time in history. Hey, watch your eyes. Sylvia ought to be getting pretty loopy by now. J6 was a setup! We are blessed to have Silly for him and Sunkist and Bonnie on board here at this channel. Yeah, MGB, they just do what they want with these guys. Well, and plus they get a little bonus from somebody because they got a COVID case now. I think the payouts are still happening for COVID cases. They still get extra money for that somehow. I tried to warn you, Priscilla. Yeah, he most likely had the flu, just like everybody else that had COVID, which is what COVID is. Right, Marilyn. The only real outside contact they have comes from the guards. Are they testing the guards? Did that even occur to them? We know how much trouble they have just mowing the grass there. The grass got long and it became an insurmountable problem until we did a call to action, and then they figured out how to mow the grass. Yeah, there were people that died from gunshot wounds. Right, Richard. This is all news that we all know, but for some reason or another, everybody else doesn't know. Oh, they canceled next Friday too, Sylvia? They didn't get outside recreation today. Yeah, a lot of paperwork to cut the grass at the DC gulag. Yeah, Patricia Joy, I'm with you there. I don't trust the PCR tests whatsoever. They're made in China, and I don't trust the results proclaimed either, as I've watched several friends cold and flu perhaps, but not behind COVID declaration. Yeah. Oh man, they just do what they want in here. So I don't know if you heard, back on the other corner, I just ran into Carmen, the attorney that represents some of the J6ers. And she is a firecracker. That was the first time I ever met her. Wonderful woman. I'd love to go hang out and have a couple cocktails with someday. But yeah, she was saying just how screwy it is here. I guess the insanity is about to begin. We've been hearing about it for 3 weeks. There's a new strain. The BS 24/7 strain of COVID is here. Jerry, we're thinking they are not going to be able to call out from the prison tonight. Zach Reel? Was she saying? Yeah, I know Mickey and Nicole have spoken about her several times. She is a likable person. Alex Jones was right again. How can that guy be so right all the time? Yes, Richard, I saw. The guy who invented the mRNA vaccine said on Joe Rogan in December 2020 that it was never tested on humans because they felt it was too dangerous. And they cycle these tests in a centrifuge to the point where anything will test positive for COVID, is what I heard too. Part of analyzing the tests is you put them in a centrifuge.
Absolutely was.
Yes, it was a setup. I just got sentenced for it today.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be
Who were
sorry.
you with?
Who was I with?
Or who got sentenced?
I did.
You did?
Yes, 3 years.
I'm on
30
a
months.
live stream right now, so it might not be on station.
Oh, I'll send whatever I want. Yvonne St. Cyr. I pissed the judge off when I gave him my sentence. My first words were, I do not comply, nor will I ever comply. So, cut it out.
You get a sentencing date yet?
It was today.
Today was the 30th.
Yes, I just got done sentenced.
30 months. Did you go inside?
I did. But it, not the way, no, it wasn't that. So we were both in the Marine Corps, so that was why we came. Took an oath this morning. Yeah. And I skipped myself right up to the west end and the barricade, and then I stood there and I got pepper sprayed, and then when the barricade broke through, I actually went in the glass doors. I was in the tunnel. I was taking videos. I was the last one out of the tunnel. And then, but when they did that, I was standing up on a ledge and I dropped my phone. So when I lost my phone, I stood outside of the thing, and that was when Roseanne Boylan was beaten. And
Yeah, that was that.
I didn't even realize what was happening. I was standing below, but they were trying to. So I borrowed somebody's phone and I tried to call him, and he couldn't hear me. And about that time, it broke the window to the left of where it was, and I was like, oh, I'll call him. And I'll borrow a phone and I'll call him to me. And so I did, but this is what's crazy. Is when I called him the window, literally a guy that was standing probably not that far. I was like, hey, does anyone have a phone I can borrow? I lost my phone. He pulls my phone out of his pocket, and he says, here, I've been on this road today. Nothing is by chance. No, he didn't even know. So he goes, this is your phone. So I plugged it in, and then I went live in the Capitol. And then I called him, and we left. And they originally offered me a plea over 2 misdemeanors, and I said, no, thank you.
Sign everything over the completed.
Yeah, exactly. So I
You can't
thought,
appeal, you can't,
no, I wasn't.
admitting to something you didn't do.
Yeah, I sat there and listened to him. This man groveled and asked for mercy. A decorated veteran with an honorable discharge on 100% disability, lives in Appalachian, Tennessee, in the poorest part of the country, some of the poorest parts of the country, and he asked for home confinement so he wouldn't lose his disability. And 6.5 years he got instead of 14, so at least he got less. But still, it's just
They ain't giving up
travesty.
These guys that can't. So you know about Ashley Babbitt's mom?
We're going tonight. I did not know about it, so we'll be there tonight.
I'm over the live stream.
Thank you for inviting us. Can I give you a hug? Thank you. I love you. We are, and the truth is coming. That's why I try to tell everybody. This is gonna end, and it's gonna end in our favor, and it's gonna end with these guys pretty much fucking heroes because they are fucking heroes. Hell yeah, and I tell you it's coming.
What's your name? I'm Steve. Channel.
I'll get your information so I'll follow you. I follow. That's a
There's
lecture.
like 20 guys named Steve, so I...
Jericho. Thank you.
Who's your name? George?
I'm the crazy one. They all think I'm crazy.
Wow, she just got sentenced. I think she said 30 months. I think she said 30 months, Beverly. It's don't end till it's remedied, man. Yeah, that was Yvonne. She was just getting out of court today. Yeah, there's a way, MGB, you get time credits for every month that you do without a strike or once you get into prison, there's a game you play and you can take classes and there's all kinds of ways to get credit for time. But still, she doesn't need to go to jail. She's a veteran. She came here because she took an oath to protect this country. That's what she just said. I think she said 30 months, Stu. Or 33 months, which is about 3 years. Here we go, Silly with the dig. We got to put Silly at shortstop if we ever have a softball team. You're getting the digs. Yvonne St. Cyr of Boise, Idaho, was sentenced by U.S. District Judge John D. Bates to 30 months in prison, 36 months of supervised release in order to pay $3,000 in restitution and fines. She said she was in the tunnel where Roseanne Boylan was, and I think Victoria White was also in that tunnel. It's gut-wrenching. She is a great sweet lady. Another gal I'd just love to go have cocktails with and talk politics and religion with. Me neither, Michael. Center field you were. Well, the way you get the digs, I think you'd be a great shortstop. This is sickening. This is all sickening. When does it end? Remember, there's 2,000 more J6ers they want to arrest. Almost all our veterans, because those are the best of of us. That's the ones that actually got off the sofa and got to DC that day. Invested their treasure to come here and stand up for the rest of us that couldn't get there that day. The ones that are trained how to survive and give medical treatment because of all the Trump people that got attacked for the 2 years before leading up to that. They will never be forgotten, Lou. J6 prisoners will never be forgotten. The whole world is watching. Because we're showing it to them. They wouldn't be seeing it if we weren't here though, right? Nobody else is reporting on it. I don't know how they can treat veterans like that, sooner lady. These are veterans. These are men and women who went to battle for us. They're trained, you know, I mean, they're trained Americans. They're really, all they care about is making money in a war. Casualties are they're just something that they don't want to spend money on, I'm sure. We are at war, Michael Dolan. No doubt about it. We're taking hits every day. 300 people die from fentanyl because of creepy, sleepy Joe's open border policy. There's 2,000 more arrests in the pipeline right now. They're going to start arresting people who knew people who went here, you know. Well, they already did. Enrique Tarrio, he wasn't even here. He got 22 years. J6 was a setup! No, I didn't see anything about that taxi. I saw one where some guy in a car stopped and was yelling at somebody who was waving a flag, and then he tried to get away real quick and he crashed into a lamppost like 6 feet away. That's right, Trump people were getting bashed for years before January 6th. That's why everybody showed up with body armor and medical equipment. If we were going to take over the government, they would have shown up with other equipment. And then for some reason there was batons and police shields and bear mace scattered on the ground for people to just pick up and use all over the place. Movie props. They knew exactly what they wanted to film. And they got the shots they wanted. They had people working to make sure it happened. Those are the people that deserve 22 years in prison. J6 was a setup! Soon to be, I heard there was 9 arrests so far in September. It might be more. That was 3 days ago. Texas Annie, I'll be there tonight. I believe Sean will be there tonight. Glory B and Rebecca at We the People MAGA should be there tonight at the corner. Can somebody give me a time check? We're getting near 5 o'clock here. I think I got till 5:30 on the meter. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Sunkist, ACB. You guys are awesome. How can we lose with a team like this? That was Jack Sparrow, who was riding with Wizzy. Yeah, who just so happens to show up everywhere. He was in the hallway with Ashley Babbitt got shot too. And he was also somewhere else. Real, like, coincidentally, I forget where though. Dude never said much. Very quiet guy. J6 was a setup! Crack myself up sometimes. Yeah, well, I got a message for them trolls. You're going to burn in hell, trolls. You are going to burn in hell unless you accept Jesus Christ as your Savior, trolls. You will be brought to your knees in this world, and you will be given a decision of whether or not to turn from your wicked ways and accept Christ as your Savior, because you are a scumbag piece of dirt that's going to turn back into dirt when you're dead. If you accept the only begotten Son of the one true God who came to this earth and spilled his blood for you, you will be saved. It's as simple as that. It's a perfect free gift. Or you can burn in hell forever. God loves you, and he doesn't want you to burn in hell forever. Yeah, I think Bobby Powell is still around. We're gonna have a crew there tonight. Alright, I got a feeling I should get going here. I'd like to stick around another half hour, but I'm getting the feeling I gotta go. This is the one time I have their ear, where they can't blast me with a bullhorn. I will make thorough use of that. Trust in Jesus, trolls. Jesus is king. He's coming back again. The kingdom of God will return to this earth. Unless you have the atoning blood to cover your sins, you will be cast into the lake of fire. Right on, Beverly. I'm gonna keep you on while we walk here a little bit. There was a demonstration going on near the car. They might still be going on. We'll just get a look at that. I'm heading back to the car right now. Yeah, are we reading the same book, Metals Joy? A good book. I'll tell you what, when I read that book, it is like streams of cool water. Because it all makes sense. Every story in that book is pertained to something in my life, you know? That's why God made all them people live those lives. To live those stories out, basically. Here's a good link. I just love the stories about King David. David's 30 men. I don't know, I just like battle stuff when I was a kid. It was cool. And there's some cool battle stories in there. And I don't know if you guys ever read some of these other books. There's the book of Joshua, the book of Jubilees, the book of Enoch, which are pretty much like confirmed and verified in the scriptures themselves. But there is some weird stuff in those books that you just gotta go, wait a minute. But there's some real interesting stuff, especially about the sons of Jacob. 12 sons of Jacob. They were like superheroes, man. They had superpowers, apparently. So I think that's where like Marvel Comics and Stan Lee got this inspiration for all this goofy trash they feed our kids with comic book heroes today. Waste of time. Waste of time stories. got going on?
Well, we're right now.
So they were setting this up as I was walking in here. Yeah, I think we're in Revelations 2. Yeah, I got into the comic books too. My favorite, who was your favorite? My favorite was the Soul. And the disabled marriage penalties. I don't know what that means. So we're right here in the middle of the mall. And these folks are having a big party or something. And the disabled marriage penalties.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Kaya Amara. I'm the access coordinator at the event. We are just going to do a brief access check, and then we're going to get started. So, of course, we have our lovely welcome tent over here. If you have any accessibility questions, that's also the place to ask them. We have the sensory-friendly tent in the back, and I'm going to pause briefly just so I can get the okay on our captions.
Is she wearing a mask?
Awesome. Those captions, we have a QR code that you can scan with your personal device and bring those up whenever you need them. The only other thing I have to mention is that at the end of the commitment ceremony portion, there is going to be a flower cannon that goes off. So this is your advanced notice that there will be a bit of a popping sound and there will be some flower petals in the air. We are going to pause and do that twice, just so of course we can get some amazing footage of you all to share later. We will also be asking everybody for that commitment ceremony portion to move forward into this grass area. If you need assistance doing that, we have tons of staff members, myself, and of course anybody who's at the staff or the accessibility
Yeah, I
tent
see
to
where this
also
is
assist,
going,
with
Chancy.
whatever you may need to make that happen. If at any point you need to move around, shift chairs, leave the space briefly, whatever works for you, we welcome you to do so, and we will be getting started in just a little bit. So thank you all so much for being here. We're so excited to have you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mask. We see what's going. We got masks. We got a bubble machine. And a flower cannon. Have fun with your party. That's a party I don't want to be at. They're all ready to take the next BS 24/7 vaccine. Gosh darn it, where did I park that truck? Oh, there it is. The one with the flag. See how convenient that is? You will never lose your car in a parking lot with this flag. Not your circus, not your monkeys. That's right, man. Ugh. What is wrong with these people? Crying out loud. Masks, they just want to wear the mask. Right, Marlene, you don't even treat your dog that way. They're just lining up to put them on again. 7 boosters, I don't know. Yeah, something's up with that group, man. People with disabilities that can't get help because they make too much. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Look like, I don't know what they're doing. That one's perplexing. All right. So, anyways, Patriots, I think we want to get to the corner here. So we'll see you up there. Looks like it's going to be a good time tonight. Yeah, metal is joy. We got to take over the Republican Party from the inside out, just like Trump did. That's what I say. We start running for the positions in that party. And we just squeeze out all them rhinos, man. Because we already got a lot of the groundwork done to do that. So it's the rhinos that we got to worry about now. And they're a minority in the Republican Party. So let's get involved. Let's take it over. All right, Patriots. We'll see you at the corner. This is Jericho. Over and out.